FlyOver State of Film was shot in front of a live studio audience.
Well, it's my episode, guys.
So, hey, I am the most valuable human being on this podcast. So I get to say that we can start talking about the Toxic Avenger. Like, I'll get more points than...
Oh, yeah. Like, if the characters in this movie ran us all over with their cars.
Yep.
Oh.
The Puerto Rican gentleman is the most valuable.
But I probably would be in a helmet, so you get extra points for me.
Imagine just going to a gym and it just being a dirty sex club with psychopaths.
A porn shoot.
Like, that's kind of like what 80s horror movies thought the gym, because they have, you have like what's the one? There's a very famous. Chopping malls, like a very famous.
Wait, god damn it!
The chopping mall is good.
I made the guys watch Toxic Avenger. Woo!
Man, maybe.
Of the Peter Dinklage remake and Kevin Bacon and all those stars, it's going to be a PG-13 movie, I'm sure. There's no way to go hard R, so I get one of these guys to revisit a movie that I saw when I was about in 4th grade, which makes zero sense why. But guys, as usual, I'm sorry, but let's talk about it. So again, we can jump right in.
You wanna give it a rundown?
I think you should apologize.
Was this a first time watch for everybody but TJ?
No, I've seen it before.
Oh, okay, you guys had seen it. All right,
No, I watched this. I watched this in like middle school, early high school. I was like, I'm gonna start watching weird shit. And I tried watching a few Tromas, and I realized they're all fucking boring except for their Grindhouse trailers.
Yeah, really simple plot for this one. A really nerdy fucking guy who works at a gym as like a mop boy, gets bullied, gets teased, jumps to a vat of toxic waste, turns into a fucking mutant monster, who then takes up revenge on everybody around him. That's literally it.
And then like a tiny lady.
And then literally the
why
whole
did he
movie
kill that
is
tiny
just,
lady?
Extended scenes of him beating people up for like 10 minutes at a time. That's like terribly choreographed and like really
the first.
And then like spiked with like some good gore effects, but again like good for the time. And now it's like I can watch a good movie that also has horrific realistic gore in it.
Hey guys.
I think the Chiodo brothers did this kind of almost.
The first horror movie, the first superhero from New Jersey is the tagline, so got me sold.
Yeah.
Although Captain America he's from Brooklyn, never mind.
Yeah.
They go to camp in Jersey.
Dude, we don't do that.
Yeah, the camp's in New Jersey. Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. The movie, it's of all the Troma movies, it's at least only an hour and 20 minutes, and some of they are doing a fully tongue-in-cheek and joke, where like Lloyd Kaufman's a weird fucking guy.
Yeah.
I kind of dislike when movies aren't earnest. When they're trying to be bad, I prefer movies like too. Neil Breen. Neil Breen is the GOAT because he is legit thinking he is making a good movie.
I'm more of a Len Kabaczynski guy myself, but I get what you're saying.
It's the earnest of the situation and the ambition, like I'm gonna be the next Chris Stuckman, like level director.
Well, it's the same reason like Sleepaway Camp,
Chris Stuckman
right?
Got that job is because he heard what Steven Dorff said about waiting for the next Kubrick, and he was like, "I'm here, I've arrived."
But Yusuf, with the earnestness, it's why Sleepaway Camp works, right?
Yeah.
Like they're all trying to make a good movie.
Yeah.
Same with The Room. Like, they're all trying to make a good movie.
Yeah.
They think they're doing a good job, and they're doing it to the best of their ability. That's the same thing, a problem I have, because then you're sitting here watching a movie like The Toxic Avenger, and anything that you see about it that sucks, you're like, this sucks. But it's like, well, we did that on purpose. Well, so you sucked on purpose? So what? Like, what does that mean? Like,
Troma.
It's not funny. It's not entertaining. It's just bad. Like
Troma is the punk rock of B movies, in the sense of, you're going to hear 4 fucking chords. Yeah. It's going to be the same thing, and they know what they're doing, and they think they're being the coolest people on the planet.
Well, and I appreciate it at the time, probably, too. Like, it has its place, but I don't hate
the Toxic Avenger of all of them, meaning in the sense, like what TG put us through. Like, I remember the movie being like that.
Yeah.
It's also just like, oh, you guys just showed up each day on the set, and we're like, no, we're gonna fuck around and change it this way. That's what it felt like. How can we make this more offensive?
Did you guys notice that one of the bullies looked, or maybe it's just me, exactly like Corey Feldman in Lost Boys 3 years before?
And he did it like a couple different times. Like, one, he was just like, when they were doing the setups and smoking the cigarette back and forth, but then there was like the whole, like, the red headband that Brian's actually has in his hand. Yep.
I'm just dabbing I'm so hot.
He's like a fucking pastor.
I'm like a southern judge. I'm like, Lord, it's hot out today.
It's hot out.
I also kept thinking the
pedophile on the
girl
stand
bully was a certain actress. Like, she reminded me of like Stifler's mom from American Pie, the one bully girlfriend, the blonde.
Oh yeah,
I have big issues with that blonde, because one,
are there two of them?
The blind blonde is hot, and she's best part of this movie. But the blonde bully,
that's what I'm saying. The blonde bully.
They show her giving out points, right? Oh, the kids were 20. The Puerto Ricans are the best because we're a mixed race. We have the best from everywhere, so that's why we're ranked higher.
Goes into detail like that.
Yeah. And she's like enjoying it, right?
36 points.
She's enjoying it. It's just like, oh, Puerto Ricans have like the best hips. They really know how to dance. They're great lovers. They make good music. She really went on like a 15-minute.
They make movies that nobody watches on Disney Plus.
Nobody watches.
Nobody watches them.
They didn't hire Afro Boricuas, but that's another thing.
What is happening?
Like, she saw the future, but then when they throw the geek into the toxic waste. Which, by the way, he fucking deserved it. Like, that dude is a creep.
They didn't throw him into shit. He just dove into it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You did see 2 people.
She's like, she's worried. She's worried for him. She's like, oh no.
And he's like, he's faking it. He's faking it.
It's like, why are you worried? You were salivating for killing a kid earlier. Why are you worried for this kid?
I found the energy of the guy bully, the main one, to be so aggravating. His like everything, every line he delivered, every moment he was on screen,
Julie.
He's just like gyrating and clenching his teeth, and I was just like, get this, somebody kill this piece of shit already and get him off my screen. I hate him.
He was a lot. I don't think the only moments that I actually laughed was when there was a few, but the one that I legit laughed was when the Toxic Avengers, like, they're showing their him helping around, and then he just knocks on the window and opens the popcorn jar for the lady.
That was really well done.
And it's all popped because he's radioactive. That was funny.
That was funny.
Their comedy beats where it was just like Toxie running around doing those chores, or even like, I enjoyed the montage. I was like, all right, I get this. You're rocking.
There's some great shots too. That one hill with the sunrise behind him, he just like walks out.
Has anyone ever seen any of the sequels? I have not.
No, that's where it gets a little crazy. But I don't know. You won't remember the show. You're too young. Yusef, I'm not sure.
There was a cartoon.
The cartoon of it, Brian. You remember this?
Yeah, bitch. I know about the cartoon.
Yeah, you looked it up, I'm sure. You're very good at Google. I get it. I'm just wondering if anyone saw it.
TJ, hey, I can't find Toxic Avenger. One search on YouTube. The whole movie's there.
I didn't say I couldn't find it. I just said I didn't have it, waiting for someone to ask for it. That's all I said. Okay, I can steal things. But I used to have the toys of the
YouTube.
show.
It was free on YouTube. We didn't steal anything. We're not admitting to
Which is
downloading
crazy
or.
that this was on YouTube, but like the age restriction was really annoying. I couldn't cast it for some reason, but I could play it off my laptop. Either way, the cartoon, which I think is what they're gonna go, like the angle of the Peter Dinklage one, is like Captain Planet. Like pollution's bad. Maybe they go a little crazy with it to like make it what it is, but like I don't see them going as hard as they did. Obviously.
No.
I don't know. I think the director is Malcolm Blair, which him and Jeremy Chalamet have worked a lot together, and he did
Jacob Tremblay is going to be in it.
The End of the World, something like that. The one with Elijah Wood on Netflix.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
There's a very long title. He did that one, and the gore is very like forefront, kind of like Jeremy. So hopefully
maybe
there's.
So maybe it's like that. But I looked, did a little research on the remakes, and this started rolling in 2010 because Mother's Day got a remake.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we should start remaking Troma movies because that, I guess, Mother's Day did well. And they didn't remake
Poultrygeist and those. Not they didn't do that, but like those weird movies came up.
No, Troma's where James Gunn comes from.
Yeah.
But the thing with is they wanted Arnold Schwarzenegger was attached to the Toxic Avenger in 2010 for the remake.
So sick.
And he backed out to do Terminator Genesis, and that got delayed again. And I guess someone.
This one.
I don't feel at home. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one is very good. I recommend it. 100%.
So I mean. There's a lane to do a fun Toxic Avenger movie for a modern audience, but it's also just like, why touch this shit?
I mean, I feel like it could just be an earnest dark comedy. Not try to make it a bad movie. Just make it a dark comedy with a superhero killing a bunch of people.
I think Dinklage is from Jersey too, isn't he?
Yes, Morristown, I think.
Can we talk about the Keel and Peele sketch that is in the middle of this movie? With Cigar Face,
oh, that's a good one. I feel like James Gunn took the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Laserface and kind of like
he probably did.
The way that scene played out, I was like, this is where he kind of probably got that whole like.
He probably did.
Laserface.
Yo, James, there's a TikTok I saw where James Gunn wrote both Scooby-Doo movies, right?
Yeah.
The live action ones. They have the same climax in CGI, I believe, the second one and the second Guardians. Like, he followed the same exact beats in the movies he wrote. James Gunn was not on board with, Toxic Avenger for this one, but then he did, like,
he was a kid.
Tromeo and Juliet and, like, I think Troma High or something like that.
But back to the scene that Yusuf was talking about, like, the first interaction you get with Toxie as like himself with that fucking gang with the cop, and like I still don't understand because I do remember because Yusuf sent me the picture of the dude with the fucking wig who does the fucking karate at him.
Oh yeah,
I love that guy.
Yeah, like that whole fucking scene, even because that reminds me of like the back alley scene in Killer Clowns where like little JoJo boxes those guys, and I'm like the gore's the same. That's why I was like, damn, it's weird that like the Chiodos weren't involved in this at some point.
I guess I'd rather watch, Killer Clowns or something even like Tammy and the T-Rex.
Ooh, yeah.
We watched Tammy and the T-Rex the other week, and I had a blast watching that with a group of friends. Like, I don't think Toxic Avenger would be that like fun watching it as a group. I think
because it's
not fun watching it alone.
Like, it's too heightened, like the cruelty and it gets to a point that you go like, I get it, like people suck, but is this supposed to be like a commentary on the world? Am I supposed to be laughing at this? What is happening?
I don't know about you guys, but the scene that lost me of cruelty was when they were back in the gym and the two girls were looking at Polaroids of the murders and be like, I love the reds. It's such deep. That was where I was like, oh, that's kind of a lot.
No, the one that made me laugh was the guy that was gonna rape in the fast food joint, and he goes like,
gonna rape the blind
it's just
girl,
a joke. It's just a joke, bro. You can't take a joke.
Yeah, that whole
restaurant scene is hilarious.
That's one of my favorite scenes of all time. That restaurant scene where he deep fries the guy, and then
I like that he put his hands in the basket.
Yep.
Like he could have just
Bent
went
the basket around his hands, like pin him in.
Bent it in, dude. That whole scene is
gone straight to oil. But he's like, no, we got to use the proper utensils. The basket goes with the deep fry.
It does make sense, like at that time when like fast food restaurants were fucking popping. Like you walk into a Pizza Hut in like 1992, or I know this movie's like 84. But I'm just saying, like in 1992, there's people everywhere, and everyone has cash on them. So that's not a bad idea to rob those fucking places. But,
Do it.
But I also like that he tends to put like the mop after killing.
After he kills somebody, like mops them. Yeah, my
Starts
trademark.
pushing them
Mop.
just carries them around with him.
It's like Mop. It's like the weird version of Mop Man from UHF.
I haven't seen UHF.
Kramer's
UHF, a much better movie than this.
but he's all about his mom. Remember?
Hey.
Yes.
Why did he kill the little lady? And then
She
do
turned out to be
racist
like a sex trafficker, because at first they think they're gonna get him for killing an innocent person, but then you find out that she was like a sex trafficker or something.
Yeah.
But did he know? But
He must have.
They didn't like. He never
He just
like.
has
That's
this,
the
like,
thing they
toxic
did. No
senses.
innocent
Maybe
kid.
he's like
Yeah.
Bruce Willis and Unbreakable, and he can just like vibe out that you're a bad person.
then why did he do a racist Asian accent before killing her?
Well, that was because he's hilarious. That's why.
He was trying to be funny. That was height of humor,
Because it
man.
was because he killed her in a laundry, and Asian people work at own laundries.
Yeah, the joke was there.
This-
You just don't
I
get
feel
comedy.
like this movie had like a legit big budget, right?
It was
because-
$500,000.
Big for Troma, yeah.
$500,000.
Yeah.
$500,000 for
Yeah, for
all those
84.
extras and the National Guard and the
Hey,
practical effects.
They got Marissa
The
Tomei.
practical effects look like a bag of ass,
Wait,
man.
what?
What are you talking about?
You know
Oh, wow, all that money for those practical effects? Yeah, they dumped a bag of fucking chopped meat on the ground, and then we're like, look, that's a person's head.
Yeah,
Fuck, don't give me
yeah.
that. Their practical effects shit. The Toxic makeup's horrendous.
Hold on, man. Aunt May is in this fucking movie.
Yeah. You want me to explain where?
Yeah.
No,
All right.
I want to go to the ratings page and be done.
All right. So Marissa Tomei makes an appearance. Remember in the locker room when he's trying to kill the blonde, when Toxie's going to kill the blonde,
Yeah.
and the girl runs in with her towel and screams that it's happening, and then that murder doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's young Marissa Tomei.
Hey, Yusef, fucking find that, please.
She's not topless.
Wait, you gotta go to the middle, other way.
Yeah.
There you go.
Marissa Tomei.
Okay. No, this way. There you go.
Or it's all point kind of vaguely to the middle.
That way. Oh, I got it.
Your screens, guys.
This
Fucking idiots.
way.
But Marissa Tomei, young, she has a scream. She's in it. She stops Toxie from murdering that blonde
Does
chick.
a scream count as a line? Does that make you like a working actress?
If your audio, it plays.
They probably ADR'd her. Every fucking line in this whole movie is ADR'd. Ain't nobody speaking.
Oh, the sound design
Sounds
in
toxic
this
voice.
fucking movie. I watched it with my
Mom,
headphones
it's me.
on.
So
and
did
it
I.
was so disorienting.
It was
like it
immaculate.
would go up and down,
Well, and
up
also,
and
like
down.
we talked about, I think maybe we talked about this off camera before, but like just the idea that they have Toxie making all these grunts and but then also have him talking in like a very refined kind of like, sorry, ma'am, let me help you. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, you kind of got to do one or the other. I know, and again, it's one of those things where I know that a person who loves this movie would be like, that's the joke, get it? He's a monster and he grunts, but also that's not a fucking joke. Like, it's just a stupid thing you did that doesn't make any sense and isn't funny.
It changes like 3 times to the voice. I swear to God, I swear at a certain point,
couldn't tell
someone
the
else's voice.
but I just know that like I was annoyed by. I was like, pick a lane. Either the joke is that he's a mindless monster, or the joke is that he seems like a mindless monster and he's refined and he talks like a normal person. It's not both things. Both things is nothing.
At least they got the Puerto Rican thing right. Can we talk about the Steven Crowder mayor?
Oh, dude,
Jersey?
that's like Chris Christie up in Jersey.
Yeah.
Like,
But he's Steven Crowder
He's
with
got the gun holster. He's wearing the
posters.
gun holster. He thinks
when he's
he's
laying on the table getting
Uncharted
massaged
or
next to the
whatever.
fucking hoagie, it's just like, what is
That is Chris Christie.
Yep.
All right, Yusuf, it's
Oh,
time.
get it? He's fat, guys. Ha ha ha.
Let's go into a rain.
Ratings.
Brady's face?
TJ.
Oh, well, I mean, I picked this movie I saw it when I was a kid. Haven't seen it really since then. Maybe like here and there, but a lot of nostalgia. For some reason, I remember so much from it. I'm gonna give this a 4.8 out of 10, and those 4.8s are hands going into a deep fryer because that's my most memorable moment when he curls that over and bends them in there. That's my shit. Toxic Avenger. Watch the cartoon, kids. If anyone's watching this, Harrison, revisit that. Don't watch this movie.
Joe.
3.2 Young Marissa Tomei's.
Hey.
That's all I got. I got no other insights.
All right, I'll go and Brian closes out. I'm there. I'm gonna throw 3.8 as well.
Nice.
3.8 for the weekend.
With wigs?
So it's actually worth like 12 because there's so many points.
Did he have nunchucks?
No.
Somebody pulls out nunchucks in this movie, yes.
I thought, maybe I can't keep track with all the shit they threw out that on the screen.
I like that all the criminals have like a good base on karate.
Yeah.
Or taekwondo at the very least.
They were definitely ahead of their time on that.
Yeah. Brian.
Oh, God. I give this thing like a 2. It sucked. This was like a real brutal pain to watch. This is really rough.
Yeah,
really
but
rough.
why did you, I'm not saying you made Sarah watch, or I'm sorry, your wife, but why?
I didn't make her. She actually was like going to do something else and then just ended up sitting there and watching it. Like wasn't really, she was looking on her phone. She's doing some other things, but she like had planned to go up and leave the room and she never did, she just never got to doing what she was going to do. So she suffered with me. She could have escaped at any time.